Attorney General Garth Wilkins said in the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis that a new procurement regime for the public sector will soon be in place. With assistance from the Caribbean Development Bank and the review of model legislation from around the region, a legislative bill on the new procurement system will be brought before Parliament for discussion. The Attorney General spoke to the expected benefits that the new system would bring to the government and to service and product providers in the Federation.
I just want to let the people of St. Kitts and Nevis know that the objectives of a new Procurement Act will be to secure the best value for money in public procurement, promote efficiency in public procurement, decentralize public procurement, encourage wide participation by suppliers and contractors in public procurement, create policies of fair competition, equity, non-discrimination and transparency, provide opportunities for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises and enterprises owned by women and young persons to participate in procurement opportunities, enhance the quality of governance in public procurement to enhance integrity, fairness and public confidence in the public procurement process, eliminate corruption within the public procurement process, and promote fairness, transparency and accountability in the supply of goods, services and works. That will be the objective of the Procurement Act. And I want to let the people of the country know, because there's been some chat about procurement. The new Procurement Act will allow anybody who provides a service, who provides goods or provides works to register in a system. And whenever anything goes out to be procured, everyone registered in the system will receive notice.
In the new legislation, according to the AG, striking the right balance between transparency, access, speed, and value for money is what is being attempted. He assured the general public, however, that in the meantime, the current procurement laws and procedures are being followed. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline. Opposition Member of Parliament Dr. Timothy Harris believes the government should be taking a more comprehensive approach on dealing with the cost of living. He said many people are hurting and every sector of the country's economy is hurting. He made his views known while commenting on the social levy legislation that was being debated in an effort to retain the advantage in the minimum wage increase for workers. But according to the MP, a wider approach was necessary.
I would just want to make the point that the people are not being fooled about what is the reality, what is their lived reality. And the reality is that they are being unfared. The reality is that the cost of living is unbearable. The reality is that our farmers, because they are also part of those on low income, they are not earning. They are not earning. And you could go sector from sector, and you see there is a strong dissatisfaction with people with their current circumstances. Madam Speaker, again, the right thing to do is to basically have a comprehensive revision of where we are, the cost structures, how we are going to deal with them. And rather than coming piecemeal each time to a little bit of this and a little bit of that, we need a clear direction. We need a clear direction. And we are waiting to get that.
However, Minister of Finance Dr. Terence Drew said the minimum wage review was holistic in its approach and described Dr. Harris's remarks as disingenuous for not increasing the minimum wage when he was Prime Minister. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
So the reason I love the cable, the prices are reasonable and affordable, and they give back so much to the community and the country.
It's the event of the year when Gospel Outreach Ministries present Jesus Party Sunset Cruise on Sunday, March 31st at 5 p.m. on the Prince Devontae J, featuring M1, Roots Gospel Band, and Tehila. Tickets $60. Call 663-1528 to purchase your tickets. It's the Jesus Party Sunset Cruise, March 31st on the Prince Devontae J, leaving the marina at 5 p.m. Don't you miss it.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Cheers to the city. Cheers to the city. To the city. Cheers to the city.
Locally made products from St. Kitts and Nevis were on display at the recent 52nd Annual Agriculture and Food Fair in St. Croix, which attracted an average of 30,000 persons who came through the gates of the three-day event. According to a press release of the Ministry of Agriculture, among the delegation led by the Federation's Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, Samuel Duggins, were Miss Kyla Gibson and Miss Zilma Dickinson from the Ministry of Small Business, Entrepreneurship and Cooperatives, as well as businesswoman Mrs. Kamisha Morton from Nature's Best of Nevis. Mr. Leon Cuffey from Arise and Essence of St. Kitts also was in attendance. Over the years, farmers have exported produce to the U.S. Virgin Islands and has made a name for St. Kitts and Nevis. The response from the USVI supermarkets was positive, and within short, St. Kitts and Nevis will be exporting local produce, agro-processed goods, and other products from some of the small businesses. Nevis and St. Kitts cop first and second place at the USVI Annual Agriculture and Food Fair in St. Croix. This year, for the first time, small businesses in St. Kitts and Nevis were represented since the early 1980s. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline. The first in a series of consultations for fisherfolks hosted by the Department of Marine Resources and the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, was held recently at the Emergency Operations Center in Long Point, Nevis. Karim Sadler, Supervisor Extension Division in the Department of Marine Resources, gave some insights into the consultation.
We had the first of a series of workshops or consultations, and what we're doing is discussing and presenting work plans for the year 2024, some programs that we plan to bring on stream and new initiatives that we plan to introduce in existing programs and getting feedback from the fishers. Some of these areas that we discussed were the fish aggregating device program and the basic fisher training course, which we have not run for some time, but we intend to roll out a new syllabus this year in 2024. And we also had some information being shared regarding regulation updates, things that should be coming on stream in the near future, and how these could impact the fishers and their regular day-to-day operations. The turnout was real good. The feedback from the fishers was actually very useful, very insightful. We always are glad when fishers turn out, when they come out and show interest, because this really, what we do is really for them.
Member of the Coastal Fish Project in Japan, Hiroaki Terashima, spoke on the objective of the project.
And our target is just the development of the St. Kitts and Nevis local fishers, and especially about some of the coastal fisheries, these cases. So this time that we just targeting some of the juvenile lobster, how to protect that and expand, produce some of the juvenile lobster to become adult, and local fisher folks can catch that, brought about that. That is the main purpose of that. But for doing that, maybe we need some of the cooperation with local fisher folks and how to manage the coastal resources like lobster, important resources. That is some of the main important things, and we'd like to doing such kind of things with the cooperation with the local fisher folks.
The facilitators of the workshop were Maritza Queely, Supervisor of Port State Control, and Karim Sadler. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Lambo fisherman Kenwin Ramkinsoon feels helpless as he watched his vessel being pulled from volumes of oil in Lambo. For 2 weeks, his vessel has been stuck in oil spilled from the overturned barge.
All morning I sweating, yeah, my hand shaking, my whole nervous system just break down. Yeah, and seeing that they're really trying to help me. Yeah, I really can't watch the boat. I really can't watch it.
Before the interview could end, Ramkinsoon walked away in tears as officials lifted the vessel away. However, the mood is quite different in another part of Lambo. Despite living in the heart of the disaster, residents remain unfazed.
You're making me feel no way, because I do less inhaling. So, I'm thinking, because some people telling me, oh, we should move from here, but we're moving for money. If it was affected, then I'd move out, but...
A few meters away, one business owner in the tiny fishing village tells CNC3 News he's deeply concerned about the spill's impact on their pockets, their ability to earn a living temporarily on hold.
I'll go ahead and do business because this is my hobby. This is what I live in by. This is bread and butter, as the people would say.
On Thursday, the Lambo Primary School remained closed. Fishing vessels remained grounded, the main road restricted as tanks vacuum fuel into a containment storage. However, other businesses continue to operate.
From what I have seen, you know, when you pass on the seacoast and you look, it is really terrible. You look at the spill on the road, you look at all the blackness on the street, and so it's really a disaster. But for here, even the neighbors and so, I haven't heard anybody complain.
The Tobago Emergency Management Agency hopes to have this village cleaned up by weekend. Elizabeth Gonzalez, CNC3 News.
Cabinet's policy authorizes the Minister of Finance to waive 100% duty and 100% of the environmental levy on the importation of electric vehicles. However, the importer is expected to pay 100% of the ABST and 100% Revenue Recovery Charge, RRC. Chief of Staff in the Prime Minister's office, Ambassador Lionel Hurst, highlights the reason for the move.
What we're trying to do is first to plan for when the government of Antigua and Barbuda itself begins to import these vehicles to replace those vehicles that are driven by gasoline and diesel, the internal combustion engine vehicles. We're going to get rid of them, but it's going to be phased and gradual.
He also acknowledges the low number of charging ports for these vehicles in this country.
In Antigua and Barbuda, to get to 200 miles will certainly cause you to drive your vehicle for far more than 1 week. And we think that in that case, using a home port charging device will very likely be the mode at first, before we move to the idea of charging in a public space, except, of course, your employer is providing it for you.
This comes a month after the Department of Environment announced plans to import electric vehicles into the country for resale, which are expected to be available for purchase at around $40,000 EC. Meanwhile, Local App Chief Executive Officer Elijah James welcomes the Cabinet's policy.
I think it's an amazing move. It's something that should have already been done a long time ago, to be honest. We've been talking about electric cars and going green for years, to be honest. And the Department of Environment has been doing a lot of work. Nobody can doubt that, without a doubt, that they've been trying to make that shift over for us.
However, he left this advice for the government.
What we're going to need to do is to work on the infrastructure that will need to support all of this. So ensuring people can charge from home. I know there were some issues with the grid connection policies with AP at one point in time.
Philana Johnson, ABS News.
I love the cable because they're real. What you see is what you get. No hidden agenda, no tricks, just real honest communication.
It's the event of the year when Gospel Outreach Ministries present Jesus Party Sunset Cruise on Sunday, March 31st at 5 p.m. on the Prince Devontae J, featuring M1, Roots Gospel Band, and Tehila. Tickets $60. Call 663-1528 to purchase your tickets. It's the Jesus Party Sunset Cruise, March 31st on the Prince Devontae J, leaving the marina at 5 p.m. Don't you miss it.
It's beautiful. He took one look at you and the angels started singing.
Another wonderful day.
What would you say about staying here for a few months or like a year, just so that we can be together again and just live and love and laugh and have fun and breathe?
Why are you hiding out on a little Caribbean island, singing in a beach bar?
When I came here, I was at peace, and I never left.
This is the beating heart of Nevis. This is what grounds me, what feeds my soul. It's where I found myself.
I hope your life here will be full of joy. Love this island, my son. She will give you more than you can imagine.
Just in the city. Just in the city. Just in the city. Just in the city.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
This busy market in Rafah has become accustomed to Ammar's voice offering his biscuits and chocolates for sale. Before the war, he was a student living in the Sheikh Radwan neighborhood in northern Gaza. But today, he's another street vendor hoping to help his family.
I'm 12 years old. I used to be in the 6th grade. Our house in Gaza was bombed and destroyed. I sell here to help my family and siblings. I work here for 5 hours every day.
He's not the only one here, but each child has their own line of business. Joria and Fatima sell accessories such as bracelets and hair ties to help their families. Their only hope at the moment is to get back to normal life.
I want to go back to school. I want to play. I want to draw. I wish I can play back with the kids. Just like other children. They study, they play, they do whatever they want. We are in a war. We wake up to bombings and sleep to rockets. We sleep with fear and wake up to fear.
I want to live like ordinary kids. I want to practice my hobby. I want to go to school. I want my life before the war back.
The war has distanced them from their childhood. The words they use to express their concerns belong to a different generation.
I'm a refugee from Gaza. From early morning, I come to the market to earn my daily money. I live in a tent. The situation here in Rafah is too difficult. It's getting expensive day after day. And actually, I'm afraid of an Israeli incursion into Rafah. Where are we to go? We fled Gaza because of fear. If we're pushed outside Rafah, what are we to do?
A UNICEF report has warned that children in Gaza are facing multiple threats as a result of Israel's relentless war. The number of kids killed is close to 13,000. And with the lack of any effective effort to reach a ceasefire, the threat of more deaths increases as a result of the lack of food, surging malnutrition, and rapid spread of disease. Ali Hashim, Al Jazeera.
The search for missing gold miners in the Venezuelan state of Bolívar remains underway, as the bodies of those killed during the collapse of the Bulla Loca mine return to their families. Survivors say dozens of other workers remain buried under as much as 30 meters of mud and dirt.
All those who were next to me died, but thanks to the glory of God, I am here.
The Bulla Loca mine is one of several illegal open-pit mining enterprises in the state of Bolívar. Many residents say mining is one of the few opportunities available for lucrative work. Before the deadly incident on Tuesday, the Bulla Loca mine employed some 200 people, according to authorities.
I convey my condolences to the families and relatives of these people who unfortunately died in this accident when this illegal mine collapsed.
Southern Venezuela is rich in gold and mineral deposits. But accidents are common. At least 12 people were killed last year in a similar accident.
Those who are working there are working under conditions where there is no one looking out for them. As you can see in the images, these are pits that are dug with large machines, but then those who enter there have no personal protective equipment.
Experts warn that a lack of government oversight and regulation on illegal mining means accidents like the one at the Bulla Loca are likely to happen again. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera.
The relationship established between GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sport and the Trinidad and Tobago Sports Ministry will see the partnership extended. With phase 1 of a 3-phase program already completed, there will also be a student exchange program.
We're going to give 2 scholarships to 2 Trinidadians. They're going to be here for 2 to 4 years. And Trinidad is going to replicate in kind.
The scholarship benefits will be for any student athlete in any sporting discipline.
Kind of collaborations. It's sports. It's not only one sport, but track and field, volleyball, football, any sport that we think we can contribute in terms of technical enhancement, then we will be involved in that sport.
Meanwhile, TNT athletes are set to participate at the GC Foster Classics and Gibbs McCook Relays, as there's a relationship of sorts with Jamaican athletes.
Right now, as we speak, we have relay teams from Jamaica participating at home in Trinidad and Tobago in our secondary school track and field relays. And this is the second time. We did it for the first time last year. And it was last year the High Commissioner of Jamaica introduced us to this whole idea of this partnership. And last year, February, we had teams from Jamaica at home. This year, we have teams from Jamaica once again. And all relay teams are going to come to Jamaica for the McCook relays later on this year.
We're expecting maybe 2 or 3 clubs to be here at the GC Foster Classics, and we are hoping that we can build out for future meets that are held here with persons or clubs or organizations from Trinidad to participate in these events.
Both Maurice Wilson, principal of GC Foster College, and Sampha Kodja, sports minister of Trinidad and Tobago, spoke to TVJ Sports during Kodja's recent visit to Jamaica.